Put the hip shit on the shelf, cause the way the real got to be real myself. My eyes can see the glory of the coming to the left. I can do it by myself, so I'm asking for help. It's time to switch it up, put the hip shit on the shelf, cause the way the real got to be real myself. My eyes can see the glory of the coming to the left. I can do it by myself, so I'm asking for help. Money, money, money. Only God is like money and wealth. It's like Kanye West said, having money is not everything. God having it is. Deuteronomy 8:18 says, God gives us the ability to create wealth. It's the love of money that's more always. You know, why money so much? Why you get up and go to work? Everybody knows you get up and everything. It's really go legacy for money. It's not everything, but when you got it, you can do it for yourself. Now, your host for Talking Money in the Morning. Financial mentor to the other side. Good morning, and welcome to Talking Money in the Morning live with your main man, H Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor to the Black community, where I can do my absolute best as everybody's favorite entrepreneur to bring practical, proven, wealth-building strategies to working men and women all over this great nation of ours. It is truly an honor and a blessing to be coming to you live and direct from the Wharf Clark Realty Studios here in St. Louis, Missouri. If you don't know H Hoskins, you might want to get to know her as a real estate agent here in the local St. Louis market. In fact, she's looking to pay it forward for a couple of apprentices who may want to get into the real estate business. She's got the license, she's got the listings. She's just getting a little up in age, so she can use some help getting out, putting the signs out, and you know, doing some showings and things of that nature. So you can be her apprentice, learn the game, and actually split some of the commissions from the houses that are sold. If you give her a call at 314-477-1797, tell her the financial health mentor said she may be looking for some help in getting some properties sold. And she is willing to split the commissions in a generous proportion for any young squire that wants to help her out in her real estate business. So give her a call again, 314-477-1797. That's Edie Kane Hoskins. She's at Worth Clark Realty here in the St. Louis metro area. So if you got any aspirations to get into the real estate and you want to help somebody out, great fit, but don't go over their plan, man, because that's my wife's aunt, and she don't play about her auntie, man. All right, so do me a huge favor, you check us out on Periscope. I am at Periscope, guys. If you prefer that platform, at Cortez Springer. Periscope is at Cortez Springer. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel, push it out to your followers, and tap the screen for the hearts, because that obviously means something on Periscope, right? I know what it means on Facebook, so you guys do the same thing. If you haven't shared the stream already, man, it's going to be a great show today. We're going to talk about the 8 symptoms of acrophobia in Black America. Why are Black folks scared of success? Why are they afraid of heights? So do me a favor, share the stream if you haven't already, and make sure that you click on the little man so you can get notifications whenever I go live. Right, and then you guys on YouTube, you guys know I love you. YouTube is at Financial Health Mentor. If you guys like Instagram, I'm at the Financial Health Mentor on Instagram. But go ahead and hit subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to break 1,000 subscribers this month, y'all. So if you are on Facebook and you haven't been on YouTube to subscribe, do that for me, please. Because I'm trying to break 1,000 subscribers. They unlock some benefits. It's like playing a game, right? You get to a certain level, they unlock some more benefits that I can use on YouTube if you go over and subscribe to the channel. And then do the same thing, YouTube folks. Grab the link, share it on your favorite social media timeline. Let's get some other folks invited to check out the show. For those of you who are new to the show, I'd like to let you know exactly who the show is for. The show is for risers and grinders only. It's for those people who are ready to get up, get out, and get something. If that's you, this is your show, my friend. The show is for those who are about building legacies for their family. If you, like me, lay down every night and you're thinking, what am I going to do tomorrow, next month, next year to make sure my children's children are proud to bear my name, this show is for you. I want that oil painting above the mantle of all of my great-great-grandbabies, and I want them to be able to point to that and say, man, It was Papa Tez. It was Mama Lee that laid this foundation for us to be where we are today. Right? So I want my people, my descendants, to when they talk about the ancestors, like we as Black people talk about the ancestors all the time, I want them to know what specific ancestors they're talking about and specifically what blood flows through their veins. We're going to leave a mark on this world and not a stain, y'all. So if that's you, this is your show. On the other hand, who is the show not for? The show is not for the weak. The show is not for the meek. See, sometimes we are thinking about humility and we kind of want to be humble and we kind of think that means let people run all over us. No, I'm humble, but you ain't getting over. Y'all ain't hear me. Y'all ain't hear me. All right, I'm humble, but you ain't getting over. Right? This show ain't for those people who got that weird relationship with money. When you don't put money in its proper perspective, you tend to repel it away from you instead of attracting it to you. We talk about building wealth on this show and not getting rich. There is a huge difference. Wealth is about an abundance of resources. Riches is about an abundance of one resource. Wealth isn't about an abundance of resources. Abundance of peace, joy, happiness, an abundance of time, an abundance of freedom, an abundance of yes, money, an abundance of relationships, an abundance of a good network, an abundance of a lot of resources, not just money. So if that's you and you don't have that and you don't want to be here, you can exit stage left. And like I tell you each and every morning, if you've never seen a future billionaire before, and yes, I am bold enough to say it, that's billion with a B. I want you to take a screenshot. Cheese. And then I want you to watch me work and hold me to it. 2027. See, if your goals don't have a date on them, they're just a wish or a dream. 2027, your man's a billionaire. How do I know? Because I'm a billionaire right now. It's just going to take about 10 years for me to manifest those billions. So if that's not you, you can exit stage left. If you don't like what we do, if you think wealthy people are snobs, get off the stream because everybody on the stream is wealthy. Ha! How you like that? How you like us now? All right. So a couple of announcements, then we'll get on to the show, guys. Father's Day is around the corner. If you have not picked up one of my book bundles, then go to books.financialhealthmentor.com. I have 3 different bundles for you to choose from. Books.financialhealthmentor.com. You get both copies of my book. Depending on the bundle you get, you might get a coaching session. All of the bundles come with access to Monetize My Life Academy, and I apologize to those who are already in the academy. I do have some new training coming up this week, and we're actually going to make time to do a live training. So if you're already in Monetize My Life Academy, I want you to post your questions about what it is that you need to learn, and we will prepare a live training class to answer those questions live, and I will show you the things that you need to learn. So go into Monetize My Life Academy group and post your questions on what it is you want us to train on. If you got a question and you're trying to figure something out, post it and let's do a live training this week on how to get that done. Also, my website, How to Build Your Website class. This Thursday, tomorrow, we're doing part 2 of that class. We did part 1 last week. You can still get access to that class. Inbox me. You missed the first live class, so you'll get access to that recording, and then you join us live tomorrow, and I'm taking $25 off since you already missed the first class. Just inbox me and I'll get you the information on how you can join that class tomorrow. And then finally, the Black Wealth Movement is in full effect, y'all. Black people want to build wealth. You just have to find them. Black people do want to build wealth. You just have to find those who are serious and partner with them. Stop waiting on everybody to come together at the same freaking time. That's not going to happen. Find those little pockets of people who are moving in the same direction. See, the Bible says, how can 2 walk together unless they agree? Problem is, you're spending too much time trying to walk with somebody that you don't agree with. I'm gonna leave that alone. Find a pocket of people who are about the life that you're about and build with them. And maybe it's 10, 15, 20 of y'all. And guess what? You keep building, and then you're going to run into another pocket of people 15, 20, 25 people in their building. Now the two pockets can walk together because they agree. Y'all waiting on every black person in America to sing Kumbaya together on pitch and on key. Yeah, keep waiting. Keep waiting. Right. So those are my announcements for today. Also, financial love making. There's an event coming up July 9th. Financial love making panel discussion with female entrepreneurs and male entrepreneurs. How do we see money and relationships, and how do we make the two work? Right. So I'll give you more details on that event as we're coming up. And I gave you my social media handle. So we're talking about acrophobia, right? Acrophobia. Acrophobia is the technical term for being afraid of heights, right? Having an unnatural fear of heights. Acrophobia. Acrophobia, when you're afraid of heights. What is black acrophobia? Blackophobia. Somebody write that down. We're gonna give out the cure today for blackophobia. Yeah, that's going on a t-shirt. That's going on a t-shirt. The cure for blackophobia is when black folks have a fear of height, going to the next level. You can't level up when you have a fear of heights. I'm not going to bore you with the history lesson, but you guys know that we have been psychologically conditioned to fear heights, right? Everybody understand that? This is a real condition. There you go, Ray. Blackophobia. This is a very real condition. And it's part of post-traumatic slave syndrome. Blackophobia is part of post-traumatic slave syndrome. What do you do with the people who is naturally good and gifted at everything they put their mind to? You literally beat success out of them. Did y'all hear what I said? What do you do with the people that is naturally superior, gifted, and great at everything they put their mind to? You beat success out of them. I want you guys to remember something. I want you to remember it carefully as you're judging people who are a little bit afraid of success. You're judging people who are a little bit afraid of leveling up. We have been psychologically conditioned to fear success. Because for 400 years, what happened to us if we became successful? Not 400, 300. Well, yeah, 400 going up into today, right? What happened to us if we ever became too successful? So I want you to understand something, that blackophobia is really real. It's part of post-traumatic slave syndrome. What happened to us whenever we became too successful? As an individual, as a collective group? This is very, very, very real, y'all. So we have to understand something here, that it is a legitimate case to make that people could and should be afraid of their own success. We've been conditioned to be so. Because when we were finally released, and we had something called the Reconstruction period, and we talk about Tulsa, Oklahoma, and the bombing of 21, and everything that happened there, right? But Tulsa wasn't the only Black Wall Street. Everywhere Black people were was a Black Wall Street. because we had no choice but to lean on each other and depend on each other. And you already have the genetically dominant mind, and now that genetically dominant mind becomes a mastermind when we're forced to work together. So we had no choice but to succeed, because that's just what we do. That's just who we are. We just winners by nature, right? That's just who we are. We win. Despite all odds, we still winning today, being at the bottom of every socioeconomic category that there is. We're still winning, right? We just don't know that we're winning. So when we found ourselves in this position during the Reconstruction period, every city where Black people had congregated became a Black Mecca, became a Black Wall Street, became a Black powerhouse. Durham, even right over here in Brooklyn, Illinois, right. I mean, everywhere that we were, we created this mastermind, and we built thriving cities and civilizations. And what happened to every single one of them? Right? When you're naturally dominant and you're being ruled by an inferior people, they fear your superiority. So every time you start to exercise that superiority, they beat it out of you. So understand there's a psychological disposition that we sit at that causes us to fear our own success, that causes us to fear the exercising of our greatness. But we got to overcome that, right? So I'm going to give you, now that's on a grander scale as us, as a race of people. I just kind of want to put the context out there, because sometimes we just bash our people and we don't know that we have been psychologically mind farted on, right? I want to use another word, but my wife said I can't cuss on the show, right? There's been a psychological mind fart, right? That has kind of screwed us over and screwed us up. So I want you to be careful when, I want you to exercise a little bit of patience when you're dealing with our people and you're trying to encourage them to move from glory to glory. You're trying to encourage them to level up. There is a natural and innate fear. This ain't no fake fear. This fear, I'm sorry guys, this fear of leveling up is a life or death situation from an innate standpoint. We are internalizing that if I level up, I could die. That is a protection mechanism that we have that's built in. Your body, your subconscious mind won't allow you to do something that could cause you harm. We have been psychologically mind-farted on to where we know that exercising our greatness could cause our death. So we kind of self-sabotage all the time. Right? It's like any other thing that we do, and we subconsciously won't our subconscious mind won't let us do certain things because it causes harm, right? Right? Stick your finger down your throat. Your subconscious mind is going to kick in and throw that thing up. Because it's like, wait a minute, this could kill me. Get that out of there. Right? Subconsciously, you got mechanisms that are built in to protect you. Becoming great for a long part of our history was a life or death situation. So now, as we progress and there has been integration and there has been some relaxing of the standards a little bit, to where they won't flat out kill you. They find other ways to bring you demise. Internally, that innate fear of becoming great is still very, very real. We don't even understand why we self-sabotage. I'm telling you why. Because at a point in our history, a long point in our history, Exercising our greatness would have gotten us killed. So be a little bit patient with our people, man, as we're trying to lift them up and elevate them from one level to the next. We are psychologically messed up. It's going to take some patience, man. Everybody's not willing to die. See, I know chasing $1 billion can get me killed. I had this conversation with my wife. You know what I'm doing could take me from you. Exercising greatness in America today can still get you killed. And nobody expresses it this way verbally, but through our actions, innately, we know that that's what's at stake. That's why we self-sabotage all the time. So exercise some patience when you're trying to help our people overcome this fear, because it's not just a fear of success, it's a fear of their own mortality. You trying to tell me to go out here and win when I know it's encoded in my DNA that winning could get me killed. So I just want to set the stage, and that's collectively as a people, but individually we have that innate fear. So let's talk a little bit about some of the symptoms of your Blackophobia, right? Your fear of height, your fear of leveling up, right? We'll level up to a certain level because we know what that level is intrinsically that says, I can level up this far without being a real threat, right? So let's talk about some of those things that are keeping you individually from leveling up, right? So how do you know you have Blackophobia? And guys, you already know this is going to be a two-part series, right? I don't know if I put part one in the description. This is a two-part series. Number one, you know you suffer from Blackophobia if you're all talk. Now, maybe this isn't you, but how do you know other people are suffering from Blackophobia? They're all talk and no do. If you're all talk and no do, you suffer from Blackophobia. You're all talk, man. You talk. Right? Finna do this. Finna do that. Finna do that. If you're all talk and no do, you, my friend, suffer from Blackophobia. I've got an antidote. I've got a solution. Call Evan Jefferson. Evan won't let you suffer from Blackophobia around him. If you're all talk and no do, he's going to pull your butt to the carpet and get you doing. Or you're going to have to exit stage left. You're going to have to exit stage left. Right? If you're all talk and no do, that's the number one sign that you suffer from Blackophobia. You're scared to level up. So all you do is talk about leveling up, but you ain't doing nothing that's going to help you level up. Right? Number one. Number two, all lights must be green before you go. If the stars, the moons, the planets, the galaxies, the quasars, and if all of that stuff ain't lined up, you ain't making the move, you suffer from Blackophobia. You, my friend, have a huge problem with Blackophobia. This is what we are. You all talk, and then right as you get ready to go, you say, wait a minute, I got to make sure all the lights are green before I go. Before I pull out of my driveway, all the lights to my destination have to be green at the same time, or else I can't pull out my driveway. If that's you, you suffer from acrophobia. Acrophobia, again, for those of you who are just jumping on. Hey, and if you're just jumping on, go ahead and share the stream really quickly. I know I actually shared at the beginning of the show, but some people jump on. Like, go ahead and hit the share button and share the show. If you're just jumping on, we've coined a new term today called acrophobia, right? Acrophobia is the fear of heights. Acrophobia is how that fear of height affects Black people and Black people's fear of height, fear of their own success, fear of their own greatness. Right? Acrophobia is what we're talking about today. So if you're that type of person who's got all of these doggone ideas, you got all of this, you talk all the time about what it is that you're going to do. And then right before you get to do it, you say, man, it's almost time. As soon as the kids get out of school, it's going down. As soon as my son graduates, it's going down. As soon as my babies get up to say start walking, it's going down. All lights got to be green before you go. You, my friend, suffer from acrophobia. Right? So we're going to pause right there for 1 second. Because I promise you guys from our daily book excerpt that I will give you a few more. If you haven't checked out my show on the portrait of a millionaire, I want you to, maybe I'll post that today. I'll go back and find it and post that today. The portrait of a millionaire. And in this book, it tells you what a real millionaire looks like. It gives you a sense of what a real millionaire looks like. See, the way this thing is set up, man, everybody is in cahoots. Everybody is in cahoots but us. So the media gives you a picture of a phony millionaire. Middle-class people run out and try to attain that picture of a phony millionaire, and that's what keeps them broke. Yeah, everybody's in cahoots, man. Everybody is in cahoots and conspiring to keep your butt broke. So you have to really, really be about your awareness. Third eye got to be wide open all the time, man. So the media shows you what a phony millionaire looks like, right? They show us the ball players and the entertainers, and those people have a lot of money, but in a lot of cases they're not wealthy. Because if you make $20 million for a movie and you make a movie once a year, that means you make $20 million a year. But if you live in a $100 million estate that costs you $10 million a year to maintain, the moment you miss a year without making one of those movies, your butt going broke. So they put, so now as a middle class person, we say, this is what wealth looks like. I'm going to buy the biggest house that I can find with the check that I get from my job. And you got this big old house because you don't understand wealth. Then the check from your job disappears. Now what happens to the house? They come get it. So we have to understand what real wealth looks like, right? So I'm gonna give you some of the ones from yesterday because they were too good to not repeat, right? Says average household net worth of a millionaire is $3.7 million. See, middle class and poor people count their income. Wealthy people count their net worth. How much are my assets worth? How much are my assets worth? How much stuff do I own that is worth something? That's how wealthy people judge their success. Poor middle class people, oh, I make $17 an hour. I make $24 an hour. I make $100,000 a year. I make $60,000 a year. I make $50,000 a year. And as my girl, Nikisha D. Smith says, yes, you make that per year, but somebody else's name is signing that check. And when you give somebody permission to feed you, you give them permission to starve you. I make $80,000 a year. Yeah, this year. Next year, the whole company packed up and moved to India. Now what? Because you're counting your income and you don't own anything that's worth anything. Right? It says most of us, 97%, are homeowners. We live in homes that are currently valued at $320,000. But here's where your critical thinking skill comes in. Because it says about half of us, so 97% own a home. About 50% of that 97% have occupied the same home for more than 20 years. What does that mean? We just said they got a net worth of $3.7 million. They've been in their home for 20 years. That tells me, when I put my critical thinking hat on, that they didn't change houses every 2 or 3 years as their income was going up. Huh? Get a raise on your job and see, don't you go get a new bag? See, don't you go put some rims on a car? That's what we see, boss, as Evan said. If they've been in the same house for 20 years, that tells me that every time their income increased, they didn't go increase their lifestyle. They didn't go refinance the mortgage 1,000 times. No, they got that thing paid off. Now they own something that's worth $320,000. That's where their net worth is steadily climbing, because they own something that's worth something. Look at Robert, my numbers guy. He said 48.5%. They own something that's worth something. You know what poor middle class people take the most ownership pride in? Can anybody tell me where I'm going with this train of thought? Do you know what poor and middle class people take the most ownership pride in? Anybody know? If Evan is still on, he knows. Just keep them coming. I'm gonna tell you where I'm going with that thought. Poor and middle class people, do you know what they take the most ownership pride in? Keep them coming. I'm gonna let you know if somebody hits it. Here's another one. Nope. Cars, clothes. Nope. Cars. Nope. You guys are taking material things. Nope. I'm gonna tell you what poor and middle class people take the most ownership pride in. Right? So here's another one. 80% of all of these people who have a net worth of $3.7 million are first generation wealthy. That means they weren't born with they were not born with money. They created wealth. They built their wealth from scratch. I teach people how to build wealth from scratch. What does from scratch really mean? That means you have a bunch of raw materials, and when they're separate, they're worth hardly anything. What is flour worth by itself? Right? What is sugar worth just by itself? What is butter worth just by itself? Angie B got it. Poor and middle class people take the most ownership pride in their job. And that's so funny that you have more ownership pride in something that you don't even own, man. Poor and middle class people have more ownership pride in a job that they don't even own. So 80% are first generation wealthy. That means they build their wealth from scratch. What is sugar worth by itself? Nothing. What is flour worth by itself? Nothing. What is butter worth by itself? Not much at all. But if I put all of those things together in the right proportions and I put it through a process called baking, I can turn around and all of those ingredients become $5,000. So how do they become $5,000? You ain't seen celebrities pay $5,000, $10,000, $50,000 on a wedding cake? Because I put all those ingredients together in the right proportion. I will help you take your raw ingredients. I will help you take a little bit of pain. I'll help you take a little bit of tenacity. I will help you take a little bit of intelligence. I will help you take a little bit of passion. And we mix those things in the right proportion, pour a little bit of haterade on that thing, and you will start building wealth from scratch. Right? Let's see, 80% are first generation wealthy, right? We live well below our means. We wear inexpensive suits and drive American-made cars. See, when we see TV, all of the people who are wealthy, they are in Armani suits. They have on $10,000 Rolexes. They have on $500 shoes. They drive foreign luxury vehicles. Not according to this right here. The people who are worth $3.7 million on average. This right here says we live well below our means. We wear inexpensive suits and we drive American-made cars. And most of them who drive American-made cars have been in the same American-made car for 20 years, 17 years, 15 years. Most of our wives are planners and meticulous budgeters. See, the reason why for most of these guys, because one of the ones we won't go back to that one. One of the ones that we had said that the wives don't work outside of the home, and those that do work are school teachers. But the reason the wives don't work outside of the home because they are meticulous budgeters. They have to make an account of every penny that comes in the household. I'm gonna give you this last one. There's a couple more, but I'm gonna give you this one, and we're gonna get back to our Acrophobia for today, right? We all have a go to hell fund. What's your go to hell fund looking like these days? We all have a go to hell fund. In other words, we have accumulated enough wealth to live without working for 10 or more years. Thus, those of us with a net worth of 1.6 million could live comfortably for more than 12 years. Actually, we could live longer than that since we save at least 15% of our earned income. They all have a go to hell fund. Meaning I've accumulated enough wealth in a certain type of way that if I don't lift a finger for 15 years, I'm straight. Some of us can't call in sick for 15 minutes, be 15 minutes late. Because that's going to cut our pay by a quarter of an hour, and that's going to throw my whole bill cycle off. Ask me how I know. Because I've been there, y'all. I'm not telling you what I heard. They have a go to hell fund, man. If they don't lift a finger for 12 to 15 years, they're straight. What does that mean? If I own my home outright and my land outright, I don't have to lift a finger for 15 years. Because the sun is going to shine and give me heat. I know how to make fire if I wanted to. I know how to put some seeds in the ground and let Mother Nature do what it does, and I'm going to feed myself. And if I get desperate enough, I'll pull out my shotgun and go kill something. What's your go to hell fund looking like today, y'all? See, some of us ain't even got an emergency fund. These folks talking about a go to hell fund. Some of us don't have an emergency fund. Car breakdown right now costs $100 to get fixed. Somebody got to go to the payday loan store. We don't even have an emergency fund. These folks talking about a go to hell fund. 12, 15, 20 years. I don't need nothing from nobody. Right? Millionaires I know in U City wear Crocs and cargo pants. Flip-flops, sweats, and a t-shirt is all I need. Flip-flops because I like to, at time and time, kick my flip-flops off and put my feet on the background. Right? So we're talking about Blackophobia, why Black folks have a fear of heights. You guys all understand why there's an innate fear of success from us, because success for us for a long period of our history could have gotten us killed. Right? You in the deep south, you got your little store. Your little store is popping so much that you're able to wear nice clothes. Some of the poor whites in your community see that you got nice clothes and they'll string you up. Our success could have led to our death. So be patient with our people as we're trying to pull them out of that and help them overcome Blackophobia. Right? Man, I'm gonna have to go ahead and send that to the U.S. copyright law. We gotta go ahead and get some copyright on that, y'all. Any attorneys out there can help me get that copyright real quick. Let me put that in a certified letter and send it to myself. Yeah, Blackophobia. We're gonna make that a thing, y'all. Blackophobia. We're gonna make that a thing. So, number one, how do you know you suffer from Blackophobia? You talk a lot and never do. Number two, all lights must be green before you take action. That's how you know that you suffer from Blackophobia. What's number three? You are idea central. Right? When you suffer from Blackophobia, you are ideal central. That means you have all of the ideas in the world of what people should be doing and getting money, and you have zero execution. This is another one. That used to be me. Ideal central. I'm one of the most creative people on this planet, and I know it. But it took me a long time to become an executioner of those ideas and that creativity. I was the kind of guy who wanted to create and the idea, pass it on to somebody else and let them do it. But guess what? They suffer from Blackophobia too. So they're not going to execute. So number three, this is how you know you suffer from Blackophobia, is when you are idea central. That means you got all the ideas. Man, this is how you get money. Man, this is how you do that. Man, this is how you do this. Man, this is how you. But you ain't doing none of it. But you got all these ideas, but you won't execute. Romano said, I've been watching him. Let's start executing, Romano. Right? See, when you know the root cause of Blackophobia, it is an innate fear of success, because success could have gotten us killed. Now you have to ask yourself, am I willing to die for this? Right? T.I. dropped a line in, I can't remember which song it was, but at the end of the song, on one of the lines, he said, I don't know what you're willing to do for your respect, but I'm gonna die for mine. I don't know what y'all are willing to do for your success, but I'm willing to die for mine. I understand that my success could get me killed, because there are some people on this planet that it literally kills them to see me successful. So they have no problem snuffing me out. Do y'all get me? I don't think y'all heard that. I'm gonna say it again just so I have it on tape so that I can use it again. I don't know what you're willing to do for your success, but I'm willing to die for mine. I understand that the reality that I live in, that there are people on this planet that it literally kills them to see me successful. So they have no problem snuffing me out. So are you willing to die for your success? Now, not everybody's gonna die when you get successful. I'm just saying that people could literally try to kill you, kill your character, kill you literally, kill your business, because there is a group of people that exist on this planet that hate to see people that look like you and me with any measure of success. Are you ready for that type of war? Internally, innately, we know this. This is why we tend to self-sabotage so much. So I'm giving you guys the root cause of Acrophobia. So when it wells up in you, you have to innately deal with that and say, you know what? I'm willing to die for my success. I'm going all the way out, full throttle, 100 miles and running like MC Ren, Easy and Ice Cube. Well, that wasn't Ice Cube, but it was 100 miles running out. I'm going 100 miles and running. And if it costs me my life, y'all know how the saying goes. I'd rather die on my feet. I'd rather die on my feet than to live on my knees. Constantly walking around with hat in hand, asking, can I have permission to give my family a better life? Are you freaking kidding me? My father owns all of this. And he's giving me permission to take it back. So I don't have no fear, but just understand that, be patient with our people, because innately this is what we deal with. Most of them don't know why they're self-sabotaging. I do. Because innately you fear your own greatness, because greatness can get you killed. And we still live in that society. I'm in St. Louis, Missouri. Not as much a physical harm could come to me as some of our brothers and sisters in the Deep South. They still are hanging people in the Deep South. They still will run your ass off the road in the Deep South if your car looks better than theirs. This is, this is what we deal with. But you got to ask yourself, are you going to put things in order? Are you going to make your moves? So even if that happens, you can position yourself so that even if that happens, then your wealth multiplies by 10 times. Even if that happens, your wealth can multiply by 10 times if you put your affairs in order. So I'm going to give you number 4, and then we'll save the other 4 for tomorrow. So number 3, your ideal central and 0 execution. And number 4 is a little strange one. Number 4, you suffer from Acrophobia. Acrophobia. You suffer from Acrophobia because you have an STD. Now, I'm not talking about a sexually transmitted disease. I'm just talking about you suffer from Acrophobia because you're scared to death. Now, before this show, chances are you didn't know why you were scared to death. Now I'm telling you, you must be fast, Robert. I got 7:57. You're a couple minutes fast. So you're scared to death, but you don't know why you're so fearful of your own greatness. I'm telling you why. Because there was a time in our history where your greatness would have gotten you killed. The only way that you could be safe to a degree at being great if you're allowing them to use your greatness for their benefit. The Colin Powells and the Condoleezza Rices and the Obamas, and right, if they can channel your greatness for their benefit, then you're more likely to stay alive and not be a threat. And then there you have people that will protect you because of their ability to use your greatness for their benefit. But there's a reason you're scared to death of your own success, y'all. Because literally, success meant our death. Literally, success meant our demise. Literally, success meant the demise of my family. Meant literally, if I became successful, that could have jeopardized the life of my children. They could have said, I'm not going to kill you, but you keep winning the way that you're winning, and I just might take out one of your kids. See, I'm telling you, man, they messed us up. And the only way that we're going to get our lives back is when we do the only thing that has ever been done to get liberation anywhere on the planet. That's when you get yourself mentally and physically prepared to die for it. You have to be mentally and physically prepared to die for your liberation. That's when things change. That's when people respect you. When you say, in spite of the odds, the overwhelming odds, think about the Haitian Revolution. They were not supposed to win their freedom. But what got them their freedom? Their willingness to die for it is what got it for them. Are you willing to die for your success? Because when you overcome that fear of death, that's when you literally become powerful beyond measure. Those who will have power in this country, in this world, do you see them operating from a stance of fear? When you overcome and you deal with your mortality, you become great beyond measure. When you start moving throughout this life, throughout this world, as if you don't care if you die today or tomorrow, from a fear standpoint, you become great beyond measure. That's what it means to be fearless. It's not that you don't experience fear. You use that fear to propel you, to fuel, to power your greatness. That's what fearlessness is. It's not the absence of fear. It's the use of fear. You guys didn't. How many of you guys saw Monsters Inc. the movie? Monsters Inc. the movie. See, Disney's so slick, man. Pixar, those man, they so slick. Did you ever see Monsters Inc. the movie? What did Monsters Inc. What did Monsters Incorporated need to fuel their city? What did they need to fuel their city? And what did they use to get it? Right? And they were trying to tell you guys that the power structure that runs this world feeds on your fear. The screams of the children, I don't think nobody got that. They were saying the monsters that run this world come into your bedroom every night, scare the bejesus out of you with the news, all this stuff that they, and it is that fear that you live under that fuels their world, their existence. And then what did they really realize was way more powerful than fear? And we didn't catch that. What's way more powerful than fear? What fueled the plant with less of it and fueled the plant longer? Fear. You guys, did y'all make it to the end of the movie? Did y'all make it to the end of the movie? What was the thing that was way more powerful than fear? See, they used to go and collect screams from the fear from the children. Then they found out that for every 10 screams that it would take to power the city, I can get one laughter. I can get one giggle, one chuckle. So when they keep you in fear, they trump your joy, they smash your joy, and it's your joy that powers you. Fear powers them, your joy powers you, so they get you out of your joy by keeping you under the thumb of fear. So now you operate with no joy, no happiness, no peace, because that will empower you. They want you living in fear because that powers them. When you're fearful of your house being taken, you go to work a job that you can't stand, that's killing you, so that you can pay a bill. But when you get to a place that says, Jigga, please, you can take all of this, man, because this is what you created. I will go live in what my Father created, eat for free all day, every day, have shelter all day, every day. I don't need your permission to exist on this planet. So Acrophobia is a real thing, caused by post-traumatic slave syndrome. Part of post-traumatic slave syndrome, obviously caused by slavery. And that's why some people literally cannot overcome their own self-sabotaging ways to become successful at anything, because they don't know the root cause of that fear. So every time that you try to get in your own damn way, I want you to think about this show. I want you to think about Acrophobia. I want you to think about, is this fear real? Will I die today if I have this measure of success? Chances are no. Chances are no. So move forward, be great, and live in your greatness. Again, in the words of the great T.I. Tip Harris, I don't know what you'll do for your success, but I'm going to die for mine. So, really quickly, just to go over the announcements again, get your book bundles at books.financialhealthmentor.com. The website class is still available for those who want to learn how to build their own websites. Tomorrow we'll be talking about leveraging your website to create capture pages and all that sort of stuff, so you can start generating leads for your from your website and building relationships, all that good stuff. And then if you are not part of the Black Wealth Movement, I want you to inbox me immediately. You need to be a part of this Black Wealth Movement. I'm going to pay it forward for you to get in the movement. It's $35 a month to maintain your membership in the movement, and we're going to build wealth together. I'm H Cortez, also known as the one and only financial health mentor to the Black community, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur. Until I talk to you guys tomorrow, we'll do part 2. I want you to get your money up, because you absolutely can do it. Peace out, people.